Today we begin with the soft sound of hobgoblin snoring. Hobkin snoring. Yep. Iris is currently wearing a vest top and boy shorts, and is wandering around, gradually kind of getting things together. And Peas Blossom is flittering about somewhere, but mostly out of the way.
Claudio is stretched out on her bed still. He donned his boxers and he's under the blanket but not the covers. Just kind of his eyes like kind of reading over the pages of his book, but she'd also know that he's reading in a way that she could disturb him. Like he's not really in it anymore. He's just casually reading.
She's gonna pull out a few of the cupboards and get some scones and jam, because she doesn't really have a fridge yet, so milk and cereal is a bit out of the question. And yeah, so the thing that seems the most sensible for her for breakfast is kind of scones, jam, maybe some butter, because butter doesn't actually need to be refrigerated. Yeah.
He'll kind of look over at her and smile. Kind of yawn.
And she'll wander over with a plate full of scones and sit next to him.
He'll kind of lean over and give her cheek a little kiss. Good morning.
Good morning. I hope he didn't wake you up too badly. And she'll gesture to the ice cream monster.
I woke up with one of your hobs on my face, but I was already kind of waking up. Apparently one of them likes to wake up at the very crack of dawn and play.
Yeah. It's interesting, but it's nice knowing that there are other people around.
Smile. I wish I didn't mind. I only sleep about 5 hours a night anyway. I can't really sleep more than 10 and I wake up at 9, 11, 12. I'm 5 or 6, so I'll smile at her.
She's going to smile and kind of rest her head on her shoulder and gesture with the scones to see if he wants one.
He'll pick one up and dress it, nibble at it. So what are your plans for the day?
Well, Charlemagne invited me to this Thanksgiving thing. What are your plans?
I don't have any. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving.
Oh, and she's just going to kind of reach over and grab her phone from where it's lying nearby.
I'm in one of those places where I don't personally celebrate it, but I will go when other people invite me along. You know, like last year I went to the autumn court, had a ball, and I went to that.
She's gonna nod while texting, and then kind of lean back against him, waiting for the text to come back.
We'll kiss her head. I was thinking about seeing a movie at some point.
Movies are good. But I don't know. It would be nice to get together with people, and there's a bit of a chime as the text comes back, and she'll read the text. You could always kind of come to the party too.
I haven't been invited. I'm just kind of looking at the book.
She'll kind of hold her phone in his vague direction, and the text on the screen. Admittedly, I don't know exactly what the text would be, but I'm just going to go with it and say the text is, "Sure, you can bring a +1."
Yeah, he'll. Okay. He'll connect all the pieces together. Like, duh. We're doing the couple thing. Duh. See, he's still adjusting.
Yep.
He'll kind of smile down at her with that duh look on his face, like, sorry, I dropped the ball there. He'll say, of course, yes.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but
I wouldn't mind getting the 30% in. This would eat up like 5%. I'll kind of smile at her.
He said it's kind of like Christmas, but with more food and no presents.
And that's why I don't celebrate. I'll just kind of like make jazz hands for a second.
Because it's like Christmas?
Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Oh. She'll just smile.
So I tend to just save all of my energy, money, and he'll shrug. I don't know. Also, I'm from Italy. I didn't grow up celebrating Thanksgiving, and once I got back to the States, I didn't really have anyone, so I didn't. Until shrug again.
I found out about Thanksgiving yesterday.
Hmm?
I only found out about Thanksgiving yesterday.
Nice. No, but I mean, it's a fine holiday. It's just, what's the point? Christmas is right there.
Well, it didn't really come up, which is odd, but given the name, it might. I mean, it's always good to remind yourself to be thankful for things.
It's true.
She'll just kind of lean her head on his shoulder again.
And kiss the top of her hair again. He'll shelf his book. He'll put the bookmark in it and set it to the side and wrap both of his arms around her. Well, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for quite a lot. Pretty much everything, really. I mean, this time last month, I was in a tower and I was all by myself, and now I'm here, and there's so many people.
He'll smile at her.
And she'll just kind of look up at him and kiss him slightly on the mouth, but then kind of look down and tuck her head back into his shoulder.
He would have just pursed his lips very softly for her, giving her the little closed mouth peck. I think I have weird things that I'm thankful for.
So, I mean, so we're not American, and we're not into holidays that aren't quite Christmas, but there's no reason not to go and see people and be happy and be thankful about things.
I'm perfectly happy doing so. Do we have to bring anything?
She'll suddenly look very thoughtful. She'll kind of suddenly sit up, looking very thoughtful, like she hadn't actually thought of that yet.
What? Kind of like...
I could make some pie.
Do you want to go back to my place and use my kitchen?
That might be easier.
Probably. I have the ingredients for it. I stress cook. When I get stressed out, I start cooking. And then I just bring it to the freehold. I don't even know if they realize it's me that's doing it, actually. I'll just go and throw it in the common dining room.
Well, as long as they enjoy it and you feel better about it, then that's the important thing.
There's a calmness in cooking. It's the sort of thing where you can just turn your mind off and do it.
She'll nod. Spinning is kind of the same way.
I know how to do it. I'm aware of the process, and I've done it before. I prefer needlepoint. As a friend of mine put it one time, Claudio, you just want to viciously stab something 20,000 times.
I don't think that's true. It's a way of making something and putting a bit of yourself into it. Sometimes a little literally if the needle goes slightly wrong.
I tend to use blunt needles. I'll smile at her. Do you want to get a fuller breakfast on the way back to my house?
She'll kind of blink and shrug because given her slightly odd experiences, she sees absolutely nothing wrong with eating a whole pile of scones for breakfast. But she'll just take it in her stride that it probably isn't his thing.
Somebody burned a lot of energy last night, okay? That's all I'm saying. What do you need to carve up after that?
Yeah.
He's not saying it, but it's totally in the eyes.
Why do you think there's jam? This is not low sugar jam. It is all the sugar and all the fruit.
So yeah, he'll stretch, and he'll say, "Can I use your bathroom?"
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll kind of kiss her nose, and he'll get up and see to that, getting dressed, brushing his teeth, He might actually ask her if he can take a bath, because honestly.
Yeah, she'd help run the bath for him, and then look kind of undecided about whether she should leave or not.
Oh, he doesn't even care. Like,
pardon?
He leaves the door open.
So she'll kind of. Pardon?
Go on. He'll say, "How long do you need to get ready?"
She'll shrug. Sometimes I like to take my time, but other times I can't be bothered.
I'll look over at him as he's sitting in the tub, kind of leaning back, and I'll say, "If you bring me my book." You can take your time.
And she'll just kind of look at him and go, "Oh, you're kind of in the tub."
If you want me to drag a puddle of water across your house. If not, then I need you to grab my book for me.
Yeah, she'll go and get the book, but she meant about the taking her time, because if she takes her time, she has a nice long bath. If she doesn't take her time, she just kind of throws her clothes on.
Well, he meant how long does she want to
Yeah.
does she want to take getting ready and stuff like that, because he doesn't know if he should linger in the bath and read and give her time to get ready and do stuff, or
Yep.
if he should hop in and hop out.
But she's going to bring him back his book, and she's just going to kind of sit next to the bath and lean back against it.
I'll look over at her.
He'll actually open it. And she's got her book with her as well.
He'll read it for a second. He's actually like, oh, soak. Oh God, I haven't done this in a minute. I haven't done this in about a month.
Uh-huh.
And he'll just kind of lean his head back like, oh.
And she'll let him soak for a bit and read for a bit, and then she'll just kind of get up and help wash his hair, because it's I'm not sure if you saw the picture, but it is definitely more of a sit-up tub than a lie down tub.
Mm-hmm.
But it's deep enough that you can sit in it and still, be in a bath.
He is not a fantastically tall person at all. Remember, I pointed out he's only like 5'8", and he is 5'8", 5'9", and he's
Yeah, no, I mean the tub's actually designed for that. It's designed. You know how old-fashioned tubs used to be designed more for you to throw the water over yourself in.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of those in the plantations in Louisiana.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of baths, if you see what I mean.
Okay. Yep. So he'll smile as she washes his hair. He was probably blonde when he was young, blonde or brown when he was younger, because he still has traces of like blonde and brown in his hair. But it's like the barest traces. He is like pretty much shock silver now.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, at least he still has a full head of hair. Phew.
Phew.
We escaped that hell. So he'll smile as he washes his hair, or she washes his hair. Yeah. Rinse off and hop out afterwards, kind of pulling a towel over. Smile at her. You gonna want one too, or?
Yeah, just quickly. I'll be ready for heading out for breakfast soon. And her tummy kind of grumbles.
He'll say, I'll get dressed. He'll kind of lean over and again peck her lips and kind of dry off and hang the towel. And he's actually playing with some of the hobs, some of the more kind of younger playful ones or something. And they do seem to like him a lot.
Yep. She'll probably be about 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Before she comes out and starts putting clothes on. But it really won't take her very long to get dressed once she's actually out of the bath. Mm-hmm. Because she's one of those pull clothes on and go type people.
Mm-hmm. He's wearing fresh clothes. He had packed fresh clothes with him, so he's got.
Although that being said, his clothes that she pulled out of the drawers are fresh clothes. because hollow.
Actually, today he's wearing all black. He's got on like black jeans, basically, but like kind of the dark, newer kind, and a black long sleeve thermal, and his boots, and he's got a black like sweater jacket on. As I understand it, it's cold outside today.
She'll nod. And
As a look at the Macy's Day Parade, oh my God, it's cold. Oh my God, it's cold.
yeah, oh, she'll throw on a few extra layers, but she kind of always seems to manage to pull off the casual thing
Mhm.
rather than
So
the giant puffed person thing.
yeah. So he'll kind of he'll give he'll give love to the Hobbs before they leave,
Hmm.
smiling at them.
And
He'll kind of look
Iris
at her
is
and he's like,
just going to look at one of them and say, "Don't eat all the jam. It's supposed to be for going on the scones." And then she'll just kind of wander over and let herself out and let Claudio out.
he'll look at her. He's like, they're going to eat all the jam.
She nods.
You can get
like she knows that's going to happen. But
so yeah, he'll
and then they'll
yep,
they'll end up leaving half the scones behind because they run out of jam.
he'll smile at her, kind of yawn, pull his he'll he'll offer her his jacket if she needs it.
She'll just kind of instead of taking his jacket, she'll see about trying to wiggle half inside it with him, with her arm around his waist.
Yeah, you can probably pull that off. And he'll kind of it's awkward for a moment, but they manage to find a pace that fits. And walk her to he'll walk her to a what do you call it? I need coffee just as much as he does. Um,
Greasy spoon.
he'll yeah, he'll walk her to a greasy spoon, get her in there, sit down with her, kind of yawn as though if he doesn't get coffee in the next 5 seconds, he might die.
Yep.
So I had an idea for a game.
She's going to blink and look at him while she's waiting for a big pile of pancakes.
Oh yeah, he ordered like pancake and bacon and eggs and like everything. But he's like, yes, I have an idea for a game.
Yeah, she's just gonna blink and look at him like she's waiting. Oh, she also ordered chocolate milkshake.
Yes, because you're an adult and you can do that. If coffee comes in milkshake flavor, he offered that. You get that too. He looks like one of those people who, until he really gets his coffee, isn't quite there.
That's fair enough.
But he'll say, "We each ask each other questions, and here's the deal, okay? If you ask the question, you have to answer it yourself. So when you ask the question, you're gonna have to answer it yourself. So let's say I ask you, what's your favorite color? You tell me, oh, well, no, that's a really unfair question for you, but you know what I'm saying. You can say all of them, but it's fine. But then I have to tell you my favorite color. So you have to answer your own question, but you can ask anything.
She'll nod, looking kind of thoughtful.
How do you like that?
That sounds fair. Certainly a bit less risky than the truth or dare thing.
It's essentially one big game of truth.
She nods.
So yeah. he'll say, "Do you want the first question, or do you want me to ask it?"
Well, it's your idea, so you go first.
He'll kind of think about it. mm, He'll bite his lip. Actually, I got one out of game. He'll look at her and he'll smile and he'll say, "Do you have? And if you do, what is it? Um, do you have a middle name?"
Not anymore. When I did, it was Winifred.
It's beautiful.
But that's not my name anymore.
You didn't give yourself a middle name?
No, not yet. I suppose I could add one.
Yeah, nothing that could stop you. He'll kind of shrug, like, yeah. And since he has to answer, he'll say, "My middle name is Luciano. I have probably one of the most Italian names I've ever heard. Claudio Luciano Donati." Somewhere the Italian flag rises and blows in the breeze.
She's gonna nod. Well, does that mean it's to do with light?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I should be coming up with my own question instead.
No, if you want, we can talk about the questions. I mean, I don't really care.
Well,
remember, you tried to ransom my queen the other day. I mean, really. I mean,
what? She looked like confused, like she genuinely doesn't know that that's not a valid tactic because he didn't explain it.
I'll smile at her fondly.
So, if you weren't the court you are, which court do you think you would be?
Adam. I almost considered joining Autumn actually when I first got back.
I
But
think I would probably be Spring, so that kind of fits.
yeah, it does actually. I kind of look at her like, yeah. When I first got back, I had thought about joining the Autumn Court, and it was the one that I was. It was the one that I was drawn closest to, but I decided that I didn't like who I was at the time. I didn't like the person I was, and that I wanted to get away from that. So, um, although the court has many respectable ideas that I do hold very dear, to not be in the position I was in, I felt I needed to get back to who I was before I was taken. Do you know what I mean?
John nod.
And so I joined the Spring Court.
See, I kind of feel like the emotion I feel drawn to most is kind of courage. And you can't have courage without fear. But it's also it's rooted in fear, but it's kind of mixed a bit with desire, wanting to do more than just be afraid.
A lot.
I think there's a lot more strength in fear than people realize, and
his eyes will kind of. He was looking at his coffee, and his eyes will kind of look up to her. You can roll me a perception empathy roll.
okay.
Or whatever. It's
wit sympathy. Sorry.
Yeah, wit sympathy.
No successes. So she will just carry on.
The look that he gets in his eyes isn't anger. It's not like he got a very strong look in his eyes for a moment at her and directly what she said. But it wasn't so much directed at her, more of kind of a for a moment. It's although she can't understand the emotion behind it, for a moment it might be very easy to remember that he's a powerful person and probably became powerful because of fear. And so it's actually kind of not that hard to work out the almost like the no shit. Like
yeah.
You know when somebody gives you that duh look, that's what it was essentially. You don't have to tell me.
Going to give him a bit of a look and go, I don't mean causing it. I mean getting through it.
He'll raise his coffee to his lips and say, "I haven't drunk this yet." You'll have to pardon me, Mikara. I'm not quite there yet.
She'll nod.
Do you know what that means?
What means?
Mikara. I keep calling you
that. No.
It means like something you treasure, something, but not like covetously. Like your darling. Your. It's like calling somebody my darling, but not quite so childishly. Remember the Addams Family? No, well, wait. Did you ever see the Addams Family?
She'll kind of look thoughtful. I saw bits.
Cara mia, mon cher.
And she'll smile.
That's actually out of game what me and Dante call each other. I call him cara mia, and he calls himself, and he'll tell me mon cher. It's very cute. So it's his question, so he'll kind of think about it for a moment. What is a common misconception people have?
In general or about me?
About you.
About me. Well, I think I'm not really sure.
Smile at her.
I mean, it kind of was one, but then it sort of changed and became true.
What was it?
About you and me and romantic stuff.
His eyes will light up, and he'll kind of look down with a smile. And he'll kind of bite his lip, actually. Fair enough. Mine is probably that I get this a lot, actually. Apparently, I have. Rachel Kelly said it best. She said, apparently, I have resting bitch face. She'll kind of nod.
She'll just kind of blink.
He does, actually. When he's not, like, doing something, he normally looks like he's, like, about to, like, go off the chain on someone.
Yeah. Only thing is, Iris doesn't see it.
Exactly. That's the problem. But he's like, yeah, apparently a lot of people think that I'm more angry than I am normally, or I have people ask me all the time. They're like, Claudio, what's wrong? What's happened? And he'll shrug. I don't. They'll ask me why I'm angry, or I. Apparently, people think I'm a much more serious, no fun person than I am.
Yeah, she'll just kind of look at him like she's trying to see it, but she's really not seeing it. Because to be fair, when he's around her, he smiles a lot more.
Yeah, he's always smiling around her, but
Yeah, so she doesn't see it.
he'll think about it for a moment, and he'll try to um he'll try to affect his he'll try to like push out his mind that like she's there, and like just trying to kind of like put on his like there is literally well no actually okay he goes back to his kind of more he doesn't hit like the level that his first overlay is, but he hits about the level that his second overlay is at, like
Mm-hmm.
that kind of almost just kind of like
Yeah, and
neutral state.
she just starts to giggle.
He'll shrug. I don't know. I just
It's just you look like you're trying so hard to look grumpy.
I know he'll try again. Take another shot at this. No. Well, no, he got one success. His expression doesn't change. He's just like I don't know. He does the thing. I can't do it. But yeah, that's the thing that I apparently have. I just he'll shrug. I guess that's a misconception about me is that I'm. It, I don't know.
She's just going to smile.
Okay, your question.
Hmm. Uh, what do you think it is the one thing you would most want to change about your life?
I I did it actually. The one thing I wanted to change most about my life, I have.
She's going to look at him curiously.
I was lonely, and I was getting tired of not being able to be open around someone, be myself, and was afraid. Even though maybe that's what people are seeing, that they're forming that misconception of me. They see that mask of what they consider to be anger, and it's more just that I'm concentrating on being brave, you know,
She'll nod.
and being on guard. But I mean, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to needlessly take this back to you, but the one thing about myself I wanted to change in this relationship has changed it. So
She'll smile.
he'll kind of reach across the table and take her hand and kind of run his thumb over her knuckles. One quick second, I gotta pause to tell Dante something. There you go. Sorry, I had to ask my husband for something. So yeah, he'll take her hand and kind of brush his thumb across her knuckles. I'm sorry if that was a more serious answer than you were ready for.
No, no, that makes sense.
Smile. What about you?
I think I would like to try and make a garden and see about trying to make my hollow a bit bigger and comfier, so that I could have people over a bit more. But other than that, I mean, I kind of like my life at the moment.
I'll nod at her. I just wintered my garden. You should see it in late spring. It's gorgeous.
She'll nod, like she actually understands what that means.
I don't think you got to see it, but I have a backyard. It's not very large by any standard. It's a Brooklyn brownstone, so of course my backyard's not very large, but I do have a backyard, and I just trimmed up all of the roses and trained them a little bit, and I cut back some of the bushes and spent an afternoon getting things ready for the spring. I was thinking about growing a winter garden, but I just don't. You ever have one of those things where it's like you want to do something and you're gonna putter around until you don't do it, and then be like, "Oh, next year."
She'll nod.
I keep doing that with wanting to grow a winter garden. I mean, there are things that grow fine in the winter.
Have you thought about maybe putting a evergreen tree or something out there, and then you don't have to worry about the garden. You can just decorate the tree outside.
Well, I have an evergreen tree out there, but although a Christmas tree. I've never had a Christmas tree. Not since, I mean, there's the court Christmas tree, which, oh my God, doesn't compare to the winter court's Christmas tree, but I think we have probably the second best Christmas tree. Do you want to get a Christmas tree? We can keep it at my place, since yours is space efficient.
Well, I think if you kind of want a winter garden and you've got a big evergreen tree, we should just decorate that one.
I'll smile. Okay.
And then no trees have to get cut down just for Christmas.
Oh, odd. Though I would probably just turn it into firewood and spring mulch. If we had a tree.
She shrugs.
I'll pick her hand up and kiss her knuckles. What about you? Oh, yes, you answered. I'll think about it. When was the last time you sang to yourself?
Probably quite a few years ago now. It's hard to keep track, but I think I was around 14.
Mm-hmm. I sang Time to Say Goodbye. Is what the lyrics you dealt by yesterday. Do you know that song?
Not really.
Let's softly sing her a few lines. Sorry.
And she'll smile.
Take a bite of his. The food's gotten there, so I'll take a few bites of his pancake.
She's going to tip loads of syrup all over the pancakes.
Oh, to be young when I could eat that much sugar. We'll smile at her.
Like she hasn't actually thought about it because, to be fair, she was 12 when she was taken, and her parents made sure she ate right. While she was gone, it didn't really come up. She just ate loads of stuff.
He doesn't really care, honestly. That girl can eat what she wants. He doesn't care. He has a.
It's probably also partly the fact that she's a fairist. It's just not going anywhere.
He takes a bite of his less syruped pancakes, but smiles at her lake of syrup, kind of chuckling at her. So what sort of stuff are we going to need to decorate our tree?
Well, we're not going to be able to put gingerbread on it because the birds would eat it.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be good for them. Ooh.
We could put birdseed ornaments on it.
Precisely.
We could mix up some lard and birdseed and maybe a little bit of honey onto a baking tray.
Yeah, and make it into little baubles.
Or we could use cookie cutters to make it into Christmas shapes. Do birds eat popcorn?
I think so, as long as it's not got anything on it.
So we could make popcorn garland and put it on twine.
She'll nod.
Few strings of outdoor lights. There you go.
And then you will have an outside winter garden.
I'll smile at her. I have a few crocus bulbs around, but in the yard, but they won't bloom until later.
She'll nod.
One of his tattoos, by the way, is a crocus etiquette. It's like a watercolor crocus.
Something she would have noticed last night.
She definitely would have noticed that last night. I'm pretty sure she inspected every inch of that canvas.
Not the bottoms of his feet.
I'm sure at some point she saw the bottoms of his feet. She may have not inspected them, but I can actually think of one point she would have seen the bottom of his feet, but our viewers don't need to know that.
Yeah, it's quite possible, but yeah, she didn't. That wasn't while she was doing the inspecting thing. So.
So yeah, he'll think about it, and he said, I promised myself I wouldn't do anything today, business-wise. But I got a message this morning saying that the king absolutely wrecked the kitchen. So I'm going to have to put out a royal decree from the king that the king is no longer allowed to cook in the kitchen.
So the decree is from him that he's not allowed?
Yep. The decree is from the king. And the king is no longer allowed to cook in the kitchen until he can safely do so in his human form. Just as there is no tasselberry in the icebox, the king is not allowed to cook in the kitchen by royal decree of the king.
Maybe we should make some spare pie.
As I understand it, he covered himself in egg and flour, trying to make French toast. But apparently, as I understand it, he made the French toast fine. He had one of the drudges helping him. And apparently every single time that something even began to look like it was remotely going wrong, he panicked. And when he panics, he tends to panic in his lupine form. And I could not imagine, with the scope of my creativity, that man panicking in his wolf form in the kitchen, as large as it is, while they're preparing for the Thanksgiving dinner. Oh my God. He's going to have to handle it himself. I'm just, he'll shake his head. I have a day off today. So what are we going to need from the store to make your pies?
And she's going to pull out her phone and kind of poke around on it. Because she's got the hang of this this Google thing fairly easily.
Mm-hmm.
She has spent quite some time watching Anne use it, so. Mm-hmm. And she's gonna look it up, and then she's just gonna look up at him and go, apparently they put pumpkins in pies.
Well, for that, all you need is canned pumpkin. Which, for that, we might have to sell our souls. Looking for it on Thanksgiving. Not gonna lie. We might have to get creative. And I don't have any canned pumpkin at home.
Well, I think that's kind of a weird thing to put in a pie anyway.
Pumpkin?
Yeah.
Then there will probably be pumpkin pie. Everybody always makes pumpkin pie.
She'll shrug.
I'll think about it. Apple pie is too Americana.
Cherry? No, it's not really cherry season.
No, it's.
What about a pear tart instead?
Oh, mod. Now, unfortunately, he's thinking about apples, which sends the most dopey smile across his face. It's literally one of those situations where he was kind of chewing for a second, and then he gets a look on his face. It's just like,
Yeah, and
like
she will not
nothing
understand
outwardly
that
changes.
in the slightest, because as much as I get the reference, she doesn't.
He'll just kind of take another bite of his pancakes. But God, this place serves huge pancakes.
That's good.
I'm not complaining, just wow.
That's good.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
kind of hungry today.
Oh, blush.
Then when she sees his blush, she'll realize quite the implications of what she said.
he'll kind of put his fork down, and he'll subtly like kind of flex his muscles of his arms. And he's like, "Time to carb up." Oh, which the show, by the way, is one of those things that can be appreciated. Man's got some muscle. I think that's another thing people actually misconstrue about me, that I can't hold my own in a fight.
I've never actually been in one.
Please try to avoid them.
Well, yes.
I'm not saying I don't think you could hold your own. Yeah, I have faith in you. Just I prefer you not get hurt. Yeah, it's just a funny thing, you know. Just
I just meant I honestly don't know whether I'd be able to hold my own or not. I've never tried.
do you want to? Do you want to give it a go one day?
She'll just give a shrug, like she honestly hasn't really considered it much, and is not really planning to in the near future, and dig into the pancakes more.
He'll give me a wits composure roll. Oh yes, get it. It's to know something.
Wits composure.
Yep.
She's got a lot more for wits composure because she's got good composure. 2 successes.
Ooh, nice job. He basically shot his hand across the table very quickly and booped her nose. She noticed it, but damn, he moved fast.
Well, I would think she'd notice it because he booped her nose.
I know, but it was one of those things where he could have. What it is that he essentially could have very easily hit her in the face with the speed at which he moved. But what he was doing was he booped her in the nose instead. But it was more to just show her how fast he can move, and it was pretty fast.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of blink slightly.
He wasn't trying to startle her or scare her, so it wasn't. She has a feeling it was one of those things where he could definitely do much better than that, and that was like holy shit. But yeah, he just boops the tip of her nose and smiles.
She's gonna smile, and she's going to look down at the food, look up at Claudio, and then just kind of not do what she was thinking of.
Oh Lord! Oh no! 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 We need this to happen. We want to see what would happen. Oh
No,
yeah, he's aware of the fact that
they do not need they do not need her flicking food at him in a cafe.
Oh no, because they'll start a food fight. They will. God knows they will. Yeah, yeah. He'll kind of look at her, and his eyes will sparkle, and he'll go, "Don't do it."
Yeah. No, she had looked at it, thought it, and kind of in almost the same second decided not to. But
Yeah,
the
his eyes.
thought is there.
Yeah, his eyes will sparkle, and he'll just look at her and shake his head like, "Don't you dare! You know I will turn fire." He'll spear a bite of his sausage and hold it up to her mouth. Eat it. Don't throw it,
And she's just
or we'll get tossed.
gonna eat the bite of sausage.
He will look at her pancakes, and he's like, I have to try a bite. I have to understand what it's like to have a little bit of pancake with your syrup."
She's going to cut a piece of pancake and swirl it around in the syrup and hold it up.
He'll lean in and take the bite. He'll chew about 2 bites and then realize he made a grave mistake. The look on his face literally is like he wants to spit it out, but he doesn't want to be that rude because there's just so much sugar
Yeah.
rolling down his throat right now. It's like, God bless your youth. My teeth hurt. He'll kind of chew, like, I don't have the tongue for this anymore. He'll kind of, he's trying so hard. God, the effort this man is making. He'll finally swallow, and he'll look at her, just with this look on his face of betrayal almost. Like, God, why?
Because it's tasty.
Mm-hmm. He'll nod. Then I'll remember the taste on her lips yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, hey, no wonder you like it." He'll just go, "Oh." So, Strider is at the courts. Do you want to pick him first? Pick him up first, and then go home, or do you just want to head on there and leave him at the courts?
She'll shrug. I don't mind.
But which one? I'm glad you don't mind, but you don't mind picking him up, or you don't mind just going on?
Both sound fine. She'll just
Yes, but I can't make a decision, so make my life choices for me, please.
So why would we want to pick him up, and why would we not want to? Right, why would we want to pick him up?
Because I miss my buddy.
Does he need someone to go and meet him?
No, I am absolutely 100% positive that either Princess Bella or one of the other court children has him firmly, or the king has decided that he's his newest bed.
She does flinch slightly, but she just kind of stabs a bite of pancake.
Is king one of those words too?
No, he did say Princess Bella.
Oh, I'm sorry. How could I've? I'm trying.
It's okay.
You know what? We actually we should address this right now instead of saving it for later. So, you remember that thing I said to you yesterday, As You Wish?
Yes, from
that comes
the movie.
Yes, that comes from my absolute all-time favorite movie. It's a beautiful movie, hilarious movie from top to bottom. It's filled with amazing quotes, fantastic acting, some of the best actors of its day. And I really want to watch it with you. But there's a big problem.
Is it about castles and ladies in the castles?
Yes. It's
kind of bite her lip.
Yeah, it's called the P Word Bride. It's in the title of the movie, and she's referred to as that. That's what they call her in the movie. I mean, her name's Buttercup, but they start calling her Buttercup. He doesn't want to say it, but he's saying Princess Buttercup.
Yeah, she gets it. Um,
Well, you said your court.
it, we could probably try. Um, can we have some hot chocolate and cuddles and stuff at the time?
Mhm. I'll nod. Definitely. Well, I'd love to share the movie with you, but I don't want to make you uncomfortable. We'll kiss her knuckles again, softly. I think we should probably leave Strider at the court and just head on to my place. We're going to be cooking anyway, and I was thinking about getting a little bit of guitar in for a while.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a plan.
He's finished up by now, by the way. He's kind of eaten all his food, so drop his napkin onto his plate. He'll put his credit card down when the check comes by.
And
He's
and yeah,
mostly just watching it right now, not like kind of.
she'll finish up her pancakes and the last of her milkshake.
He'll yawn and stretch. Oh, that coffee was so good. I swear this place is some of the best coffee I've seen.
Ooh, chestnut.
What?
Well, I was thinking about the pie, and we need pears, and it might be interesting with chestnuts.
I have a fireplace. They could actually be roasted over an open fire. Though at that point, I'm putting on the holiday music at home, making hot chocolate, and we're doing this the whole way.
She'll smile. Maybe, maybe a different day because um, we need to actually take the pie elsewhere. So walnuts will do better.
Dante just told me that Donati doesn't need to take pie to the dinner. He needs to take Petridge Farm chessmen cookies. Nice job, Dante. I think she does. You have chessmen cookies there, right?
Not really very often, no.
I'll show you later. What did you say? Dante got my attention for a second.
Um, she said, "Well, maybe it might be best if we don't do that today because you kind of have to go out and things, and it seems more like something that would be good when it's snowing outside and you just want to stay inside.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe walnuts will do."
Walnuts and pear. Hmm. He'll nod. That does sound good. I'm typing something in the chat box, by the way. Are you okay, my dear? He'll kind of cover her hand.
Yes, yes, I'm fine. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good day. And she'll kind of squeeze his hand.
I don't see any reason it shouldn't. I do want to do something for you when we get to the house, though.
Okay.
He'll kiss her hand again. You seem so concerned. What do you think I want to do?
Well, not really concerned. It's just the last time you wanted to do something for me, it kind of took a lot of attention, and if we need to make the pies and go to the dinner.
He'll grin at her, and he'll say, "That's not what I want to do."
And she'll kind of blush and lean into him a bit more.
He'll pay. He'll wrap the table up. He'll basically take her hand and get up. They're gonna have to catch a subway from here, so he'll either offer his lap for her to sit on, or kind of offer her the spot next to him.
Yeah, she'll kind of sit next to him but snuggle into him a bit. And I think we can probably leave it there with them going off to bake.
Mm-hmm.
And then presumably pick it back up as and when the Thanksgiving dinner scene thing happens.
Yep.
So this has been another really sweet scene thing from Claudio and Iris.